Japanese conglomerate Mitsubishi makes about 1 billion different things, from TVs to satellites, air conditioners to nuclear reactors. Unfortunately, though, it has been a long time since I've been able to recommend one of the Triple Diamond brand's automobiles, but this 2022 Outlander is so dramatically improved, you should absolutely add it to your SUV shopping list. The Mitsubishi Outlander is new from the ground up. Essentially a Nissan Rogue, it is slightly larger than before, but also way more attractive. And I've got to say, this thing looks much nicer in person than it does in photos. So if you've only seen pictures of the new Outlander, I suggest you reserve judgment. You don't really get a sense of the three-dimensional shape of the front end unless you see it in person. This Mitsubishi shares the same structure, powertrain, and other hardware with the Rogue, but the tuning is totally different. It also features unique materials inside, and it should be more responsive to drive. Oh, and the Outlander is built in Japan instead of Tennessee. Excluding the plug-in hybrid variant, which is still based on the old Outlander, for now at least, just one powertrain is offered here, a 2.5-liter four-cylinder paired with a continuously variable transmission. Now, if you're familiar with the Nissan Rogue, this drivetrain's 181 horsepower and 181 pound-feet of torque will also be very familiar. Now, this top-shelf all-wheel drive model, when it comes to fuel economy, stickers at 24 miles per gallon city, 30 highway, and 26 mpg combined, though in mixed use, I've been averaging about 30 mpg. This SUV looks better than ever, and it's impressively economical. But the biggest improvements were made in here. About 5 seconds is all it takes to realize this isn't your mother-in-law's Mirage or granddaddy's Diamante. This is a whole new breed of Mitsubishi, and it is seriously impressive. Seriously. Now, this is an SEL model with the touring package, so they don't really get any richer than this, but holy moly is this cabin primo. There's real aluminum trim, sumptuous semi-aniline leather, contrast color stitching, and richly grained soft plastics. Nothing looks cheap or feels flimsy, though the piano black accents are going to collect loads of dust and smudges, so be aware of that. Now, I also love the little diamond texture they added to the window switches, a pattern echoed on the air vents, audio dials, and driving mode selector. The overall interior design is beautiful too, with an elegantly simple dashboard that makes almost everything very easy to see and reach. As for tech, Apple CarPlay is standard across the board, though on SE models and higher, it does connect wirelessly, so super convenient there. Naturally, Android Auto is supported as well, though you're gonna have to bring a cable. Lower-end Outlanders come with an 8-inch infotainment screen, but here we've got the fancy 9-incher, which also includes embedded navigation, and you get a wireless charging plate with that as well. As for the infotainment system, it's very simple to use and quite snappy, so nothing to really complain about there. Though if you want more screens in your life, you can also get this vehicle with a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster and even a 10.8-inch color head-up display. These front bucket seats are super comfortable, and there's a decent amount of room in the second row. But unlike the competition, this Outlander comes standard with a third row seat. However, it is super small, something Mitsubishi folks do acknowledge. Really, it's only designed for children, so don't try cramming your 6'4" tall uncle back there, 'cause it ain't gonna work. The new Outlander's engine is smooth and refined, but yeah, it grumbles like any other four-cylinder when working hard, but the noise is muted and quite distant. When you're not living life at redline, this SUV's interior is impressively hushed with minimal road and wind noise, and it's quiet enough to rival some luxury cars, which is frankly pretty shocking. Driven normally, the performance here is perfectly fine, but when it's time to hustle, I do wish this powertrain had just a bit more zest. Those 181 horses can feel a little bit strained at times, especially compared to some of the Outlander's turbocharged competition like the Mazda CX-5, Ford Escape, or even Honda CR-V. A big point of contention for a lot of drivers these days are CVTs. You may not love them, I get it, But I gotta say, this one does work reasonably well, and it doesn't draw a lot of attention to itself. It responds pretty quickly to throttle inputs, and it will simulate gear changes for a more natural feel. The Outlander's steering is smooth and free of kickback, plus I love this thick rim. It's meatier than a deli counter, and the perforated leather looks awesome as well. Now, this vehicle's available 20-inch wheels are sharp, yet they help provide a well-controlled ride, one that's not too harsh. Pro Pilot Assist, My Pilot Assist in Mitsubishi parlance is a must-have feature. And just like the Nissan version, this adaptive cruise control system with lane centering works great, accurately tracking the lines on the road and providing a very firm feel, much more so than some competing systems on the market today. And this makes the Outlander feel practically like a guided missile when you've got that system engaged. Of course, oodles of other driver aids are also offered in this vehicle. You can get blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, automatic high beams, and much, much more. The 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander should be arriving at dealerships very soon. The base price for an ES front-wheel drive model is just about 27 grand, though with all-wheel drive, the touring package, a couple options, and then of course $11.95 in delivery fees, this example checks out for $37,995. That is a chunk of change to be sure, but this new Outlander is as good as just about anything else in its class. Sure, a little bit more powertrain gusto would be appreciated, but its overall refinement, that beautiful interior, and of course the friendly tech are all very hard to argue with, and I think this vehicle may actually be better than the Nissan Rogue it is so closely related to. Man, it's cold. But hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want more great content, head on over to the Roadshow YouTube channel and check out the new live show we're doing. It's every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Our news editor, Sean Simkowski, and I dissect and discuss the most important car-related news story of the previous week, so make sure you check it out. And if you've got time, join the live broadcast. Again, that's 3 p.m. Eastern every Friday.